You know why Christians fear Obama marks the end of days, don't you? Because they read the Bible. They read the Bible, and they read Mark 13. They read about the destruction of the temple and the signs of the end times. Oh, it's laughable to those of you who watch Bill Maher. I get it. The pimp for Nancy Pelosi. He may as well wear a big mustache and an outfit of the 1940s with a striped suit. He is nothing but a procurer of the house of prostitution known as the Democrat Party. They have no audience, those shows. But HBO throws tons of money at them. They play it around the clock. It's a vehicle for Obama, Pelosi, any one of the left-wingers, the government media complex. And when have you last seen a conservative laugh-a-thon on HBO? When have you last seen a conservative in a theater with a packed house with people screaming and cheering with American flags? Answer, never. Never. It's owned by the wonderful folks in Hollywood who have shown us nothing about the faces of terrorism, virtually nothing. The destruction of the temple and the signs of the end times. The very same people who crucified Jesus, I'm not finishing that sentence because you can finish it for yourself. You see, back in the days of Jesus, there was a Sanhedrin in the temple. I'm a bit of a biblical scholar. I know a little bit about that subject. The Sanhedrin was a court, sort of the Supreme Court of the Jewish people. And they voted whether to crucify Jesus. And it was, I think it was 7-5, or something along those lines. I don't know the exact numbers, but there were those who said, no, don't crucify him. He's an honest man. But those who worked for the Romans, those who worked for the government, equivalent to those in the government media complex of today, you know the types I'm talking about, the ones who run a laugh-a-thon around the clock. I really got angry last week when I saw Jerry Seinfeld. I didn't know he was that low. I know he was another high school dropout who made $1 billion. I get it, him and Larry David. You know, the kind of kids who went to the high school of performing art because they couldn't make it academically, and they're very clever and they're very funny. But I didn't know that they're that stupid. I had no idea that they're that vacuous. You'd think the guy makes $1 billion on a laughing show, a show with comedy. He'd know something about what's going on around them. But like Obama, they live in a bubble. They laugh at each other's jokes. They slap each other on the back, whatever. Do we really need them in this war? We do need them. During World War II, we needed Hollywood, and we had them. We don't have them now. They're on the other side. Right now, they're playing for the other side by not showing who the enemy really is. They may as well be working for ISIS. Hollywood may as well be a propaganda arm of ISIS because they're not showing us who ISIS really is. Because if we lived in a real wartime, which we are in, the president would meet with the head of the Hollywood studios. He'd ask him to put out 5 movies a year showing the true face of terrorism, the true face of evil, the true face of evil Islam. You heard me. The true face of the enemy. Because otherwise we're finished. It's a slow war of attrition and they're winning it. There's a saying in Arabic that you can kill an enemy with 1,000 slashes. And I've told you this several times over the last 20 years. They don't have to hit us with one big bomb that takes this country down. They almost did, by the way. All they have to do is hit us with 1,000 slashes and we'll bleed to death. You tell me we're not bleeding from more than 1 million slashes that they've inflicted upon us, that they inflict upon us every day. Every time your grandmother is strip searched at an airport, they have slashed you by humiliating her. That's right, you heard me. Every time a cop knows who the bad guy is and can't stop him with a gun bulging in his pocket, they have won with another slash to the heart of the nation.